The Lexington Park Rotary Club presents Money Matters on Metrocast Channel 10, a program designed to aid in the quest for service above self to our local Southern Maryland community. Hello, welcome to Money Matters, the show where we help make sense of all things financial. Money Matters is brought to you by the Lexington Park Rotary Club. I'm Ed Turbush, your host and chairman of the Financial Literacy Committee, focused on serving the community and a better understanding of financial literacy. Today, our topic is things to consider when starting a business. Our local community expert today is James Anaracci. James is a vice president and commercial relationship manager with BB&T. James is also a fellow Rotarian with the Lexington Park Rotary Club and also a very good friend. So James, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
I've been in the banking industry for about 12 years now. I started in New Jersey and about 7 years ago moved to the Southern Maryland community and been here ever since, working with small business, commercial, with companies with revenues from $1 million to $50 million.
We'll forgive you that you came from New Jersey, but it's a running joke with us. I'm from New York, he's from New Jersey, so that people get it confused. So what does a commercial relationship manager actually do? What does your day look like, I guess?
My day really is taking care of businesses. Really, it's important to have a relationship manager when you have a business that cares about your business. It's meeting with the business owners, the decision makers of the business, understand their business, and any financial questions that come up, whether it be checking accounts, money markets, lines of credit, term loans, commercial mortgages, being able to answer the questions, and also being able to ask the hard questions of the business owners or decision makers.
So having somebody, in a sense, that has your back and has the company and the resources behind them to support those businesses.
Absolutely. Cash flow is the key, and maximizing the business's cash flow.
Okay. So, the topic today is some things to consider when you're starting a business. I see that, happen on a regular basis in my everyday business that I have. So what types of things would you suggest somebody start to think about when they're...
The first thing really is decide what type of business you want to get into. When I say that, I mean, do you want to do an S-Corp? Do you want to do a sole proprietorship? Meeting with an attorney is really one of the first steps to do.
Okay.
And then also having an accountant that understands what you're trying to accomplish accounting-wise, because there are many different ways to do financial accounting when you start a business. And then also, choose a bank. Be comfortable with the bank you choose. Make sure you have a relationship manager that's going to be there for you from day one.
So it sounds like kind of get your team of experts lined up, have conversations with them back and forth about what you're trying to accomplish with your business, pros and cons of different business structures and accounting. And is that accurate?
That's very accurate. I mean, really, the question is, how are you as a person also? Are you comfortable having a team underneath you, or do you want to work solely by yourself? I mean, I know a lot of government contractors and other businesses that just work by themselves because they're more comfortable than having a team underneath them.
Okay. So what are some pros or cons to, kind of selecting a team or kind of going on your own?
Well, I mean, again, how are you comfortable with? I mean, are you a good leader? Can you understand the finances of the business itself? Again, an accountant that understands how to do your type of business is very important. From day one, making sure that you have that team with you, the financial team, that's very important.
What are maybe some common mistakes you see when someone starts a business?
That's a great question, Ed. Really, it's not having the assets that you need. When you're starting a business, do you have the assets in place to facilitate your daily life, your daily living needs? Some people
personal?
Personal, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Some people just jump in thinking that they can afford to
and the
keep
business is going to take off and things are going to be great.
Exactly. A business usually takes about 2 to 3 years to really solidify before you're up and running, and you're able to bring on more employees and be comfortable with the standard of living you were before that. Some people, cash out their 401ks, which, as a banker, I don't like to see that. I'm sure you don't like to see that as well.
But if it gives them an opportunity to go after their dreams, then,
It is true.
Right.
But at the same time, it's, the question is meet with somebody ahead of time, have a financial plan, budget according to what you're planning to do.
Okay. Now what about, one thing I hear commonly is that you should have a business plan before you, go and start talking to accountants and lawyers and bankers and that sort of thing. Do you see people coming in with business plans, or they're just kind of starting from scratch? And
business plan is a great way to start, but it's not an end-all, be-all.
Okay.
Just because you can't take a business plan as collateral from a banker standpoint. Where it's great to have in place. It's great to understand where you're headed, what you're trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. But the real thing is having assets behind the business or behind yourself to get there.
So I guess a question that might come up is someone has a great idea. They probably could be very successful in a certain type of business, but if they don't have the assets, what does somebody like that do?
Somebody like that would, there's other programs in place with SBA, Small Business Administration. Uh-huh. There are plans in place to help them get off their feet and off the ground to start the business. So really, it's how do you get there? And there are other places within Southern Maryland that will sit down with you and start the business process.
Okay, so it's possible. It's just going to be more difficult.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Correct.
So it seems that we've had a lot of success, especially with some of the small defense contractors here in the community. Do you work with them on a regular basis? Is that the primary business that you work with?
I do. Most of my business is defense contracting. I would say about 75%. I don't want to limit myself to that, but that is really my business.
The economy that's here.
Absolutely.
Right.
And we are very. Just because of the economy that is here, we are very successful with that, starting businesses. Sometimes, one of the things that I've seen in the past that we've been able to do is take houses as collateral. If you have equity within the house,
really?
You take that as collateral to start a line of credit or something for a defense contractor. That's one idea. There are many ideas. I mean, the best thing to do is sit down with the relationship manager and,
start the
conversation.
That's great. Well, James, I want to thank you for your time today. That was great information. I hope our audience appreciates that. And I want to thank you for joining us today on Money Matters on Metrocast Channel 10. I'm Ed Turbush. Have a great day. The Lexington Park Rotary Club is proud to present this program in the quest for service above self to our local Southern Maryland community. The mission of Rotary is to provide service to others, promote integrity, and advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace through its fellowship of business, professional, and community leaders. If you're interested in learning more about your local Rotary Club, please contact us at 301-373-2780 or visit our website at www.rotarylp.org.